Yo, what's going on with y'all, man? How you doing, man? How things been, man? Have you been trading, man? Have you been marking it down? Have you been breaking it down? Have you been back testing? Yeah, I've been doing all that too. I've been doing all that. But I know I haven't made a video, or I didn't make a video last week, so I apologize. I had some things going on. I just had to recuperate, dial it down and bring it back. So we are back here on this fine, beautiful, succulent, delicious, stupendous Monday. And we're back with the market breakdown. Simple as that. We're gonna break down these four pairs. What I always do, what I normally do, what I love to do. We have the EJ, we have the UJ, we have the GU, and we have the gold. So let's get straight into it. All right, so hold on. All right. We good? We good? Y'all hear me? All right. I think we good. I think we're good. Let's start off with EJ. My dog is right under me. Like, you have all this space and you want to sit right here. But okay. EJ, let's start on the daily. On the daily. On the daily time frame, and excuse me, I still have all of my markups. That's just me. That's my charts. If you don't like it, eat it. You know what I'm saying? But on the daily time frame, price has been bullish for the past few days. But we noticed that previously price had come all the way up here. It came all the way up here, and now it's back in the same range, right? It already surpassed this first high, and right now it's on route. Well, it seemed like it already hit this second high right now. So now we're getting a rejection from that. I'm trying to determine whether price will come all the way back down into this overall area of support, or is it temporarily making a bearish move to create an overall higher low on the higher time frame for price to push all the way to our negative 27. We'll just have to see. A lot of that determines on what we see on the lower time frames. So like I said, we're bullish, and I'm looking at structure. So this is a nice higher low. We also have another higher low right here, but it failed to create a higher high, and we see that like in real time. And as of right now, I'm pretty much just trying to determine whether price will stay above this previous higher low, or will it break it. If it does break it, that qualifies as a break of structure. And if we do get a break of structure, I will be more inclined to taking a bearish move. Now, it may not be, like I said, a full-on bearish move all the way down here to that overall area of support, but I would definitely like to get in on that, maybe temporarily, or just a boom bearish move. So we'll just have to see, but ultimately, like I said, it will determine, that comes into play if price does break this low. So we'll have to just see how that plays out. Right now, I'm just pretty much spectating this just to see what it would do. I have an alert as well, so if it does break it, I'll be notified. Let's go to UJ. UJ, I would pretty much, like, just based on what I'm seeing here, I would declare this as bearish, based on the fact that, I mean, this was crazy. When was this, last week or 2 weeks ago, when they made that crazy bearish move, broke all of this structure, especially breaking below these lows right here. It was a crazy move. And as it came back up, this looks pretty much like a pullback or a lower high. So this is the high, and this is the lower high right there. We also, I mean, obviously see this major rejection to the downside, also breaking this structure right here. So I mean, I'm going full on bearish on this, based on the amount of volume, just that sheer volume and that rejection to this point right here. It just looks like this was an overall rejection. A lot of times you can determine the pullback versus the initial or more powerful or the domineering move based on the candles. And this is what I mean. So the pullback as of right now, is that bullish move. And I say that because look at these candles. Look at the length of these candles. See how slow and how long it took. Like, price is just making very, very gradual moves. Like, it's nothing crazy. Nothing like a one day price just shoots up. Nothing really like that. It's just slowly, 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 slowly making it its way to the upside. But look at these bearish candles. Look at the volume on these candles. So I mean, just compare this candle to this candle, or this candle, or this candle, or many of these candles. I mean, these completely just cover multiple amounts of these bullish candles. So what I'm trying to say is we can tell what the overall volume is or where the overall direction is based on the volume of the candles that we're seeing. So these have a lot of volume, these bearish candles. So I'm going bearish as of right now. That's just what I'm seeing. That's the play, at least for this week, for me. And we'll just pivot. If things change and we have to adjust, we'll go from there. Then we have GU. Based on the structure alone, I mean, just look at it. This is bearish, right? This is bearish on the 4 hour. I'll say that the 4 hour analysis is definitely bearish. If we look on the daily, we can rationalize the bullish move based on the fact that overall it's been bullish. We have this pullback here, major move to the upside, came back down, pullback, and based on what we're seeing here, this is simply just a higher low. So that's what I mean by, like, we can rationalize this going to the upside. We can also use a fib here from point A, point B, point C, and point D being all the way up here. A lot of times I like to see if there's a confluence there. See if that negative 27 matches up with anything up here. We do see some highs that have a parallel ceiling right there, which sort of aligns with our negative 27. Cool. I don't like to look too much into it, but just see if there's a level of confluence there, because why not? Then, yeah, going back to what I was saying, on the 4 hour analysis, I'm seeing more of a bearish structure based on this being the previous lower high, and then we have the low. And right now, price looking like it's trying to make a move to the upside. Looking like. Now, I'm not fully sure. I don't know if it'll break structure and move to the upside, but a lot of that determines whether if this high is broken, right? If that high is broken, I'm bullish. Simple. No question about it. Like, once that high is broken, it's wraps. I'm going bullish. Now, we do see some signs that price is trying to rally to the upside, such as like this being, let's go to the hourly. This is a pretty significant high, lower high, and price did break out of it, sort of had this consolidation period, and then made that bullish move to the upside. So we'll just see how things look from here. On the 15-minute, this is definitely like a higher low. Then also look at the exhaustion right here. That was terrible, but the exhaustion too, that is very telling. So I mean, this is interesting. Definitely interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if price does continue to rally to the upside. I just noticed I haven't used the moving averages in a minute. I need to put that back on, but I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, if price does continue to rally up in a coordination or in a coordinates to our overall move on the daily time frame. And I'll do that. Last pair is gold. We can also see here, this looks like a bullish move based on the fact that this sort of looks like a double bottom, which is being maintained, which is being supported, which is being respected, and price looking like it's supporting that bullish move right there, as it's already doing. This was beautiful last week. I didn't even catch it until like after the fact, but price opened, or the market opened, and created a gap. excuse me. And most of the time I don't really focus on gaps, but as I was back testing, I noticed that price perfectly came back into that gap and made a beautiful move to the upside. Just something that I noted later on. But I'm bullish for sure. I'm bullish for sure. This is a nice higher low that price made previously. Price failed to even come back down to it, creating a higher low, being respected. Not only that, it broke these highs as well, created a higher low right here, minor higher low, and broke all of this. Continue to rally. So I'm expecting price to continue up. I'm expecting price to break this high right here and continue on from there. I would definitely like to take advantage of this move, but I would like a steeper pullback. Now, right in here, we're only receiving the 23.6 pullbacks, which is nothing significant. Like we see 38.2. That's something that I would at least aim for, at least that PRZ zone. But we're not even seeing we're only seeing 23.6s. So I'm gonna cool out until we get a steeper pullback. But until then, I'm chilling. So the overall sentiment right now, at least for Monday, is that we're chilling. We do have some news later on this week. I believe we have CPI that I saw, and I think we have some other news as well. But CPI, that's the major news happening on Thursday, I believe I saw. So I'm looking forward to this week. Looking forward to taking advantage of opportunities, and most importantly, trading my setup. That's all I can do. If I, lose, if I win, it don't matter. It really doesn't. As long as the opportunity is there and I take it, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with whatever happens. And we just keep going from there. Keeping the consistency, appearing every week, doing a market breakdown, providing value for you guys. And beat your meat. So I'll catch y'all in the next video. Catch y'all next week. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Stay grounded.